Hey, welcome back to the channel where we turn life's curveballs into slam dunks. Today we're talking about something super relatable: loneliness. Yep, that feeling we all try to avoid like pineapple on pizza. No offense to the pineapple lovers out there. But guess what? Loneliness doesn't have to be the villain of your story. In fact, it can be your secret weapon. Think about it. Every superhero goes through a lonely phase. Superman had to hide his true identity. Batman, well, he lurks in the shadows. And don't even get me started on Spider-Man's teenage angst. They use that loneliness to become stronger, more resilient, more. And you know what? You can too. Ready to turn loneliness into your superpower? Let's dive in. First, let's get real for a sec. Loneliness is something we all experience at some point in our lives, whether we like to admit it or not. Loneliness isn't just about being alone. It's a complex emotional state that can affect anyone, regardless of their social situation. You can feel lonely in a crowd or even at a party full of friends. It's that nagging feeling that you're disconnected from those around you. It's that inner voice going, "Nobody gets me." It's like you're speaking a different language, and no one else understands. You're surrounded by people, but you feel like you're in your own little bubble, floating away from the party on a sad, deflated balloon animal. It's isolating, and can make you feel like an outsider. It's like everyone else has their lives figured out, they're all speaking the same language, and you're stuck with the subtitles that are running 5 minutes behind. You're always playing catch-up. And don't even get me started on social media, where everyone seems to be living their best, most filtered lives. It can make you feel even more isolated, like you're the only one not living up to those standards. But here's the thing, loneliness is totally normal. It's a part of the human experience, and it's okay to feel this way. It's like that weird cousin at family reunions. You don't love it, but it's part of the deal. Everyone feels lonely sometimes, and that's perfectly okay. You don't love it, but it's part of the deal. Everyone feels lonely sometimes. It's a shared experience that connects us all. It's like that universal language we were talking about earlier, the one you thought you were missing out on. Turns out you're not alone in feeling this way. Turns out you already speak it fluently. You're part of a larger community of people who understand exactly what you're going through. And just because you feel lonely sometimes doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's a natural part of being human. It just means you're human. Embracing this fact can help you feel more connected to others. We've all been there, even those people with the perfect Instagram feeds. They're just as human as you are, with their own moments of loneliness. Seriously, how do they get their lighting so good? Remember, it's okay to feel lonely. It's a part of life, and it's something we all go through. Here's where the magic happens. Solitude is often misunderstood, but it's a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery. Solitude, a fancy word for being alone, is like the training montage in every superhero movie. It's the time when the hero steps away from the world to focus on becoming stronger, smarter, and more resilient. It's where the hero levels up. Think about it. Rocky Balboa running up those stairs, pushing himself to the limit, finding his inner strength. Daniel-san waxing Mr. Miyagi's car, learning patience and discipline through seemingly mundane tasks. Mulan literally becoming a man. They all had their moments of solitude. These moments were not just about physical training, but also about mental and emotional growth. And those moments? They were crucial. They were the turning points that defined their journeys and shaped their destinies. Because when you're alone, you're free from distractions. You can focus entirely on yourself and what you need to grow. You can finally hear your own thoughts, your own dreams, your own inner Beyoncé telling you to slay. It's a time to connect with your deepest desires and aspirations. Use this time to discover what makes you awesome. Journal your thoughts, write down your goals, and reflect on your experiences. Try that hobby you've been putting off, whether it's painting, playing an instrument, or learning a new language, or just sit with your feelings. It's weirdly powerful. Allow yourself to feel and process your emotions without any external noise. Maybe you'll discover you're a killer baker, a master painter, or have a hidden talent you never knew existed, or a future chess champion. The possibilities are endless when you give yourself the space to explore. Or maybe you'll just figure out what kind of toppings you actually like on your pizza. Pineapple is still on the table, people. It's all about discovering your preferences and making choices that reflect who you are. The point is, solitude is your training ground. It's where you can experiment, make mistakes, and learn without judgment. It's where you build your mental muscles, sharpen your emotional intelligence, and develop a deeper understanding of yourself, and basically become the best, most authentic version of yourself. This is your time to evolve and grow, so embrace the quiet moments. They are not empty, they are full of potential and opportunity. Embrace the times when you're alone with your thoughts. These are the moments when you can truly connect with yourself. It's not about being lonely, it's about being alone with yourself. It's about finding peace and contentment in your own company. And trust me, that's a pretty amazing person to hang out with. So, take the time to get to know yourself. You might just be surprised at how incredible you really are. Chapter 3. Building Self-Confidence. Next up, loneliness can help you build self-confidence. It might sound counterintuitive, but spending time alone can be incredibly empowering. How? By proving to yourself that you don't need constant validation. When you rely less on others for approval, you start to trust your own judgment more. It's like, you've been relying on those likes and comments for so long, you've forgotten how good it feels to impress yourself. Social media can often create a false sense of accomplishment. But when you take a step back and focus on your own achievements, you rediscover the joy of personal growth. You've forgotten how good it feels to impress yourself. But when you're alone, you're forced to confront your own expectations. You start to set goals that are meaningful to you, not just to impress others. You're the only one setting the bar, and you're the only one who can jump over it. Start small, set a goal, crush it, and celebrate, solo style. Each small victory builds your confidence. Set a goal, crush it, and celebrate, solo style. Maybe it's learning to cook one decent meal or finishing that book you've been avoiding. Maybe it's learning to cook one decent meal. Cooking can be a therapeutic activity, and mastering a new recipe can give you a sense of accomplishment. Or finishing that book you've been avoiding. Reading can be a great way to expand your mind and give you new perspectives. Trust me, you'll start to feel unstoppable. Each small achievement adds up, and before you know it, you'll be tackling bigger challenges with ease. Imagine this. You're home alone, blasting your favorite tunes, and absolutely nailing that new recipe you've been wanting to try. The freedom to be yourself without judgment is liberating. And absolutely nailing that new recipe you've been wanting to try. Cooking for yourself can be a form of self-care and a way to show love to yourself. No one's there to judge your questionable chopping skills or your questionable dance moves. You can be as silly or as serious as you want, or your questionable dance moves. Dance like nobody's watching because, well, nobody is. And when you finally sit down to eat that delicious meal made entirely by yourself with no smoke alarms going off in the background, that's a moment of pure satisfaction. With no smoke alarms going off in the background, that's pure satisfaction, my friend. It's a testament to your skills and patience. That's pure satisfaction, my friend. That's the feeling of accomplishment, unfiltered and undiluted. And the best part, you did it all by yourself. That's the feeling of accomplishment, unfiltered and undiluted. And the best part, you did it all by yourself. No external validation needed. You did it all by yourself. No external validation needed. Just you, your skills, and maybe a slightly singed oven mitt. Just you, your skills, and maybe a slightly singed oven mitt. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and watch your confidence soar. Chapter 4. Connecting with yourself and others. Once you've got the self-love thing down, loneliness becomes your superpower to connect better with others. Why? Because you're not looking for someone to fill a void. Instead, you're bringing your whole awesome self to the table. You're no longer looking for someone to complete you. Because guess what? You're already complete. You've spent all this time getting to know yourself, loving yourself, and now you're ready to share that amazingness with the world. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who is just so comfortable in their own skin, so sure of themselves that you couldn't help but be drawn to them? That's the power of self-love, my friend. It's magnetic. And when you approach relationships from this place of wholeness, everything changes. You're not clinging to people, desperate for their approval. You're meeting them as equals, sharing your light with theirs. You're able to build deeper, more meaningful connections because you're not afraid to be vulnerable, to be your true, authentic self. And that's a superpower that can change your life. So, there you have it. Loneliness isn't the bad guy, it's your chance to level up. It's where you learn to love yourself, crush goals, and build deeper connections. Remember, every superhero starts somewhere. And today, you're turning loneliness into your superpower. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. What's one thing you'll do to turn your loneliness into strength? Let's inspire each other.